Welcome back, everybody, to the A Little Less Fear podcast. I'm your host for the show, Dr. Lino Martinez. I really want to share with you what has motivated me to write my next book, even though my new book is not even out yet, but it's going to be coming out October 19th. So it's also available on pre order now for Kindle. The paperback will also be available on October 19th. You can do pre order on Amazon, amazon.com. And I also will be having it in various languages once the first version comes out, a little step at a time, and I'll be getting there to reach to a larger and wider audience. My purpose for this specific podcast is to let you know and to motivate you on things that can bring you down in the beginning, but at the end can actually be something very good and fruitful. So, this actually happened. I had my bicycle stolen about a year ago from my garage, and it was parked in my garage and it was securely locked with what I thought was a really good lock. Expensive lock, you think that the more expensive the locks are, the better they are. But if somebody has the right tools and if they want your bike, they're going to take it. So, about a year ago, I had decided that I wanted to exercise more. And I was exercising my upper body, but my lower body was being neglected. And my lower body was being neglected because of how much pain my disease was causing my legs, my lower body, my legs, my feet, my hamstrings, all of my muscles and all of my nerves were being affected. But at the time, I really wasn't fully aware. But the way the story goes and the way it happened was that my bike was stolen one morning, and after I was upset because I said to myself, you know what, here I am working my butt off to get stronger, to be stronger, to motivate more people, to be there for people, to be able to be of service for people. And the objects that are helping me get stronger are being taken away from me. So I understood that a lot of it's my karma, and either though I've never stolen anything that I'm aware of in this life, perhaps in other lives I've stolen things and it's coming back to me because of karma. Also made me realize it was karma because a year before that, my bicycle was stolen at the language center where I was learning sign language. So to me, I thought, well, what a coincidence, a whole year later, and a bunch of my friends, including my parents, um, put money together to give to me so that by the holiday I had a brand new bike. And I upgraded. I had a better bike. It was a beautiful white bicycle, specialty bike, and it was a hybrid bike, which is both a road bike and a off-road bike. Is that how you say it? Mountain bike. There you go. It was a combination of both. So, yeah, after my bike was stolen, I thought, okay, well, that's my karma. And not only that, somebody must really, really, really want a bike. So there's a beautiful bike for you. And I remember after being upset for a couple days, it made me realize that perhaps it was the divine way of telling me that I need to walk more instead of ride my bike because I hadn't been walking and it'd been a long time. And in fact, walking and running intimidated me because of how much pain it caused me physically. So I thought, okay, well, now without a bike, this is really the universe pushing me to walk. So I started walking more, and I even tried jogging. My best friend even got me the right running shoes. And in the midst of my running and trying to condition myself to have stronger legs, I would notice I had more pain and and I was becoming discouraged. This is why I didn't want to run. This is why I didn't want to walk because it's causing more pain instead of making me stronger. And then I had a running walking partner, and we started walking twice a week, sometimes 2 miles and sometimes a mile and a half. But I wasn't noticing my legs getting any stronger. They were actually getting weaker, and I was having more pain. So then I went to the doctors and to East West doctor, and they noticed how much tension and tightness I had, not only on my legs, but throughout my entire body. So then that proceeded to having my doctors refer me to a physical therapist. And when a physical therapist came to my house, and he basically did a he checked out my whole body, and he felt my leg muscles and stuff, and felt how much tightness I had with my Achilles tendon, irregular tightness, abnormal tightness. So then that jumped me to go see a podiatrist, and the podiatrist did some x-rays on my feet, and then said that he could tell by the x-rays that degeneratively I've got some neurodegeneration going on in my body, because it was causing a pes cavus, which is a curved foot inwards, caused by nerves or muscles or tendons or ligaments being pulled tightly. So then that led me to see a neurologist, and I saw two different neurologists, and after multiple of tests, I mean 3 months worth, once a week, twice a week, of nerve conduction studies, tests, sleep study tests, all kinds of studies. That's when I was diagnosed with generalized dystonia, which is muscle cramping, spasming throughout my entire body, from my neck to my jaw, which is why I grind my teeth at night, why I have pain in my neck, why I have so much tightness when I get trigger point injections, why my feet and my legs hurt when I walk. So after that, the doctor did some Botox injections on my legs, and that's been about 4 weeks. I've noticed maybe a 10% less pain on my legs. And also, I have these boots that I have to sleep with to encourage my foot to flatten out a bit and to make the Achilles tendon a little more flexible. These boots are very, 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 very painful, everybody. And I'm gonna have to say I hate wearing them. And I'm not doing it as often as I can, because they can't stay on my feet without causing so much pain for more than 10 minutes. So I'm trying, I'm trying. So, with all that said, the gift in my bikes being stolen has been in me finding answers on how to help other people. And that goes along with the mission in my life, to continue to help people. Figuring out and discovering that I've got generalized dystonia made me realize, well, let me do some research and see what other diseases come with generalized dystonia, or vice versa. And there's diseases such as cerebral palsy, ALS, muscular dystrophy, Parkinson's disease. Um, what am I missing? Oh geez, so many movement disorders that a lot of us are not even aware of. Multiple sclerosis. So all of these diseases, a lot of them have the characteristic of dystonia, which is what I experienced. So it made me realize, well, if I was unable to jog or walk, all these people aren't able to jog and walk without experiencing these spasms, these pains. What can I do, and how can I strengthen my body and my legs, my entire body, to get muscle, to break down unwanted fat? I'm not fat, but there's some unwanted areas that I've been trying to break down to form my body to become more stronger and more muscular. Because without a strong muscular body, how will I be able to sustain the rest of my life? If I have a goal to live to be 100, and I hope that I do, as long as that I'm mentally and physically able to, that at being 41 years old, that's like almost 50, 60 years more. How can I do 50, 60 years more in this weak body? It's not going to happen unless I focus on how to get strong. And if I focus on how to get strong, then it's going to help so many other people on how to get strong, especially those with movement disorders. It's possible. And I know now that it's possible because I've been experimenting with exercise, with nutrition, with routines, and it's helping me so far become stronger in just 3 weeks. I'm taking notes. I am being as diligent and experimental as possible. I'm not harming anybody. I'm being my own test subject. And I'm a strong believer in neuroplasticity, building new freeways in the brain, finding new ways to connect, finding new ways to function. and I'm thriving now, even though there is the evidence that from the time we're born, we're obviously scientifically, biologically, we're slowly dying. But even though my body is slowly dying as far as age, time running out, we never really know when our time is. Our time is could be tomorrow. And if our time is tomorrow or if our time is tonight, I'm going to do my best and leave my notes behind so that the next person can figure it out. And I really do hope that I get to finish this book and live through this book so that I can also start training people with movement disorders when I'm done with this so that we can get stronger together. Because without a stronger body, our mind will also become a little weaker. Or our mind can be strongest where our body would be weakest. But wouldn't it be beautiful to have a balance of a strong body and a strong mind? And that's where I'm at right now. And this is why I've decided to write my next book. It's going to be developing an exercise program for people with movement disorders. It's going to take a lot of research, a lot of time, and I'm really grateful that I have this chance and opportunity to do this. So, to the people that stole my bike, my bicycles, you've given me the opportunity to think outside the box, talk outside the box, and help more people. And I really hope that the bikes that were taken from me are being put to good use. I'll continue to use these legs for as long as I can. One thing I do want to share that's been helping is walking really, really slow. So instead of power walking, walking slow, going against the resistance. When you go against the resistance, you build strength. And I'm talking about people with movement disorders. So far, that's been true for me. And that's what I wanted to say. Thanks so much for tuning in. My book comes out October 19th, A Little Less Fear, the story about my life and how I've come this far from the time I was born, everything I've gone through from coming out to coming out with being all kinds of different different sexualities and genders and coming out with this rare disease that I have, Muckle-Welch syndrome, statistically 1 in 1 million, 1 in 500,000 in Europe. The reason why it's less in Europe or more common in Europe, I mean, is because it is most likely, I'm sorry, it is most common in the European descent. And I am half European, so here we go. And there it is. And these are the cards that I've been dealt with, and I hope to um, give more information as time goes by. And thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all very much, and I'm wishing everybody so much the light of love. Thank you so much for your support.